Today's the 15th. Well, I know am on here early and don't have any guests yet, but I'll wait a few minutes and see what happens because I know I said to one person 3 o'clock, but I decided to do it now since I have some free time. And, um, well, again, I forgot my iPad because things have been spur of the moment lately, which isn't too bad. I think what is bad is just my brain lately has been, yeah, I got this importance on my brain. I got this importance on my brain. I got things that I needed to do around the house. I don't know what today is. I think it's Saturday, but I'm not sure. Um, you know, so it's one of those. Um, Hello, Miss Campbell. Sorry, Renee, I think it's pronounced. Starry Night. How you guys doing? Excuse me. It is that time of year where the sinus problems become bronchial problems. This year's weather has been really nuts. Between I don't know if I need to cough, sneeze, or blow my brains out. I'm not my brains as in my brains, but like sinus problems. Hey Sheila. Um, my week was actually up and down. I mean, for the most part, it was pretty good. There was just one day out of the week that it was like, no. Um, yes, I just saw that. Jerian and I are planning on doing a double live. What she's thinking about doing is doing half an hour on her channel, then half an hour on my channel. Um, I know why she wants to do a live. I really do. And for some reason, she wants me to be there with her when we go to do the live. So it's one of those like, okay, I can see your point. I just don't want any conflict with people. I'm not saying that there will be conflict. I'm just saying that um, there are some people who don't always like the two of us doing a live at the same time because of one thing or another. Um, hey, Ashley. Um, well, Ashley, to be in my opinion, she is trying to be nicer. I mean, she really is, but she's been having well, last 48 hours, however you want to put it, she has been a little on the how do I put it? Because I mean, she's not really being bossy, but she's asking a lot more of me than she was, let's say, 2 weeks ago. But other than that, it's been like, okay, we have to redefine our purposes. We have to redefine our roles. Now, one of the big reasons why Jerry wants to do a joint live, but it's like half on her, half of it, half an hour of it on her channel, and the other half an hour on my channel, is because she wants to update everybody on her medical conditions and what the doctor had to say, which will be interesting because I haven't heard the full 911, excuse me, the full 411 yet. Sheila, I'm sorry I missed your question because I don't have my iPad with me. This is kind of a spur in the moment because I told I'm sorry if I don't remember her last name, but Kim, I told Kim I was going to do a 3 o'clock live. So yeah, there's a lot. I have been taking on a lot. I mean, it's one thing to have to go and deal with my job, and my job lately has been really, let's just say, Monday or Tuesday of this past week, things were just too intense for me, and my medical condition, whether it's my bipolarism or what, was just like, nah, no, no, I can't deal with this today. Today, it was one of those days where I walked in and it looked like the morning crew had a hurricane or something go through, and there were dishes stacked up and garbage stacked up and cardboard stacked up, and nobody from the AM crew dealt with it. And I was just like, well, it was either very busy in the morning time or it was just whatever, and I just couldn't take it. You know, I was just like, no, no, no. So I ended up going home early because I was not feeling good. Mentally I was not stable. Physically I had the shakes, which when I went through my normal routine and looked at all my medicines and whatnot, I realized why I might have been that way that particular day, because for the 3 days before that day, I did not have certain prescriptions because I had to go pick them up from CVS, and I didn't realize that until Thursday, Friday of this week. And once I got my medication back in my system, and it took another day or so for it to kick in. But hey, Margaret, nice to see you. But once I got the medications I was supposed to be taking into my system, and my system, basically recalibrated according to what the medicine is supposed to do, I felt fine. Now the last, like I said, last 24 to 48 hours off work, I'm trying to do as much as I can. I am Oh my God. The one thing we've been looking for, that we should have started looking for like back in February, is we have a collapsible folder system that has our birth certificates and all our important papers. Um, I don't know where I put it, so I've been frantically looking. Jerry's been frantically worrying that we're not going to get to go on the cruise, and it's not that I don't want to go on the cruise, but my brain was like, well, if we can't go on the cruise, we have 2 weeks to do whatever. Come home, thoroughly clean the house, or whatever. Yeah, I don't have my iPad. I'm sorry. Um, if you want to wait a moment or two, I can go grab my iPad so I can see you guys' comments. Um, just let me know if you want me to do that, because I don't mind. You guys have to wait a minute or two for me to go from here to my bedroom and back, and then set everything up. But um, okay. But I'm I've got one or two more locations to look, and if I can't find it in those locations, I might have accidentally gotten rid of the file folder and not realizing I did. Yes, go get your iPad. All right, give me a moment, folks. I just want to go and grab my iPad. All right, let me just get this all. Alrighty. Now that I have my iPad, I can see questions. So let's see. Let me go back a little bit just to see if I can see anything that's really. I don't want to go all the way back because that might cause. All right. Jim in the past. Okay. Glad you guys are talking amongst yourselves. Now that I have my iPad, I can communicate. 80 yesterday, summer of oh, okay. So I've got 39 people on here, and everybody's. Hey, Brenda. I tell you, my my brain is not screwed in properly, or my neck's not attached properly. But I have had some personal issues. My knees are like I said to somebody the other day, that my body feels like my upper body feels like jello, and my lower body feels like four sets of lead weights attached by a rusty metal spring in between, aka my legs. And right, nobody's bashing Jerry. I'm just you know, Jerry's having enough problems as is between the doctors want her to go to PT, but the thing is, the only place in our area that does PT via our insurance is up in Jeff City. Now that's a real pain in the butt, driving hour and a half each way every so many days. I can't take off to drive. Jerry can drive now. Jerry can drive. In fact, the one of the things I think Jerry's going to talk about is what the spine doctor told her when she was in St. Louis. But they gave her it's not a full back brace. It's just a lower back brace that she does not have to worry to wear 24/7. She only needs it for long distance driving, or I can't remember what she said. I think she's going to talk about it tonight on her live. And yes, it's going to be a joint live. It may be 30 minutes on her channel and then 30 minutes on my channel, but I think we're going to do a just a regular sit down together live, since I'm doing mine now. Um, so yeah, Jerry can drive herself, but she wants something closer at home. Not just because of the driving all the way up to Jeff City, but just for you know convenient. Problem is, the last time she called back in December, they said they wouldn't have any openings for her here in town until February. So sorry. They basically have were having a wait list. And I think the reason why they were having a wait list back then is because it was so close to the end of the year, and at the end of the year, a lot of people change insurances, or their insurance change, and a whole lot of wackiness. Um, um, I don't know if her insurance will pay for transportation. I just know that now that she can drive, she has no problems. So there's a lot of things going on. Um, I understood that she wants to have something sooner, but if that is all that is available, maybe her doctor can something and get her sooner. Oh, can call and get her sooner. Um, I don't know. I've never gone through this process before, so it's a lot of what's been going on with Jerry since her health declined nearly 2 years ago. Um, I think it was 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, somewhere around there. Um, but we're Jerian and I are treading on unfamiliar territory, trying to make do, trying to get things to work. um, I know yesterday we had I don't want to really call it a blowout, because it was more of a misunderstanding more than anything else. But um, You can't be your own advocate. Yeah, we we kind of got into a debate about certain things, and I don't like getting into debates with Jerry. Not just because of the fact that she's my wife, and I really do not like getting into arguments or debate, no matter what people think. But I think what happened, it was a combination of Jerry being frustrated and upset and annoyed by the fact that we can't just go, oh yeah, here's that file folder with the birth certificates and whatnot. And what she told me, and I might call her sister to find out, but she told me that we needed to have our birth certificates just to get on the boat. I'm like, okay. So it's been frustrating, and I really, really hope we can go because I think we both need that kind of vacation where we're catered to and whatnot. But um, hold on a second, folks. I'm sorry. I understand that she wants to have something sooner. Okay. Yeah. Medical situation. Yeah. I've tried to tell her to advocate for herself. So just support him, encourage him to be a good man, which he is. No. Okay. Thank you for saying that, Starry Night. It's very uplifting. Um, let's see here. Jim just set and keep your. I not only have I set my boundaries, but I continuously try to expand them without doing damage or causing issues. Um, it will call insurance a drive medical support van. They have that here in Rolla, the medical support van or medical transport van. Um, we found out though that you have to call literally you have to call like 24 hours in advance to see if they have a driver or a spot open that they can pick you up and take you wherever. Excuse me. No, I know nobody's talking bad about Dre to me, so I'm just trying to explain my point of view and whatnot. Um, trying to help Jerry. Okay, yeah, we are trying to help Jerry. I just sometimes wish I could. Um, how do I put it? Be more elegant with my words and not sounding so negative. Because sometimes when I get upset, that's what it sounds like. It just sounds like negativity coming out of my mouth, which I don't like. Yeah, I am soft on the inside. Um, well, you guys say you're trying to help. Actually, sorry, not there. The conflict really isn't with what they're what everybody's saying. The conflict is more my not always understanding how to take things because I've always lived in. I don't want to say I've always lived in a negative life, but my father was good at knowing how to raise me. My mother, unfortunately, was not. So I was more of a daddy's boy. And when my father passed away, my world kind of went down the tubes. And mom didn't know how to help me. And unfortunately, my mom is more of a negative Nilly. She can find the wrong in anything, which did not help me. From my teenage years to when I finally moved out of the house, basically. Sorry, my throat is really. I'm really dry and itchy today in my throat. Um, I just. Oh, huh. Hey, Jane. Just turned in. I just tuned in. Happy Saturday. Yes. Um, yes, we can get replacement birth certificates. Jerry just has to contact the consulate or whomever in New York and get hers. Hers is probably easier to get than mine. I have to go through the DOD, and well, they don't call it the DOD nowadays. For me, it's like a special group that's connected to the military that can get your passport and your all that fun stuff. Um, yeah, let's see here. Just stay neutral. Yeah, I try to stay neutral. I really do, but sometimes it's kind of like, especially with the puppy. Dre has her own idea of how to discipline the puppy. I have my own method of disciplining the puppy, and there it gets right there is a conflict because I'm like, don't give the dog people food. Don't like give the dog your leftovers. Don't let the dog lick your plate. Anything like that. I really don't like that. I really don't like it when the puppy wants to try to lick my face. It's like, no, the dog licks his own private parts and whatnot, and that I don't want that near my face. I don't even like the dog licking my hands because, like, okay, well, you licked my hands, now I gotta go get sanitizer, and the dog hates the smell of sanitizer. Um, I might not have seen it, Brenda, because I don't know. Um, the text is gray instead of black. That's strange. No, you're not blocked, Brenda. I can see you. Um, Happy Sunday, Rebecca. Nice to see you on here. Bureau of Virtual Status. Yes. Okay. Thank you, James. My wife knew what it was called, and I was like, okay, whatever. But hello, hey, Helen, or not Helen. Nellie is on here. Nellie and Sheila. They have been two people that have been on my channel for a long since the beginning. What has it been now? 2 years. Time goes when you're having fun. Um, Jim, you have a right to feel. Yes, yes, I do. Um, I've heard of dogs eating their own feces, and it sounds weird to me. Our home health aide has a dog who just turned 6 months, and according to her, the dog eats its own poop after pooping inside, and I'm like, okay, well, dogs are different. Um, that's right, James. You've been with me just as long as Sheila and Nellie. So you guys have seen me go through a lot of different changes and my ups and downs and whatnot. Um, I am slowly. My dog is weird. My dog is almost. She'll be 6 months in May. Um, and what's really funny about my dog is, um, I'll take her outside. We'll take her outside and let her run around. We turn on the electric fence part of her collar and let her out, and she can run around the yard as long as she doesn't go a certain distance, and because when she does, she gets a mild notification, not a shock, but more of like the collar will vibrate to say, hey, think before you leap. Um, and then if she goes too far, it will zap her. I'm not fond of it, but it helps me. It helps, so I don't have to walk around the yard or walk around the neighborhood with the dog, and But she'll be out there for a good hour or more, and then she'll come in. As soon as she comes in, there's a wee wee pad right there at the door. So as soon as she comes in, she'll circle around the wee wee pad and pee or poop, and it's like, really? You were just outside for an hour and you couldn't do that outside, you know? But she's a good dog. I really love her. Actually, I wish I could have gotten pictures from yesterday. Yesterday, I was not in the greatest of moods because my brain was just like, too much information. Trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to find birth certificates, all that fun stuff. And I'm just like, nope. And I sat down on the couch after spending most, if not all day long, looking for this stuff. And um, yeah, she's a great dog. Once, once I sat down And I was just sitting there trying to, think and decompress and whatnot. Um, I um, I was just sitting there, and Oreo climbed up on the couch, and she literally just laid next to me and put her head on my lap, and I was like, oh man. Um, hey, box. Um, I melted. I was just like, oh, that helps a whole lot because it literally the companionship and love that she was showing. She literally just like the affection that poured out of her just by laying there was just like, oh man, she knows I'm in a bad spot. She knows I'm tired. She knows I'm worn out. She knows all the things I've been going through the whole day, and she just wanted to show her affection. And I loved it. Um, yeah, I love my dog. Um, yeah. um, but anyhow, ugh, I had no Kleenex or tissues. My nose started. Well, my my emotions started coming out. So excuse me, folks. But she does. I mean, she does some weird stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, she's just a puppy, and I got two elderly cats in the house, and um, she wants to play, but the one cat that's always out in the living room is like, no. And it's just funny because it's like when Oreo started going after Daisy, because Daisy especially is, well, Lisa basically found her as a kitten in the wild and brought her inside. So she's a street cat basically. She's a street kitten, and oh man, there are times where they go after each other. And I know for Oreo, she thinks it's play until like the cat starts chasing her. But well, not really a lot. I've just been talking about my the last couple of days. But it's kind of funny because I nickname Daisy, um, oh, what Danger Floof, and Baby, who doesn't come out that often, but I mean, she growls. Daisy does not growl. Daisy just hisses, but Baby will growl, and it's like, what the. And I nicknamed Baby Murder Floof because when Oreo gets too close to her and she starts growling, it does not sound like a regular cat's growl. It sounds like a mountain lion, not a house cat. Um, so it's been one of those fun things. Um, I'm actually doing better with my meds now that I figured out what was the problem. And granted, earlier this week I ran out. I couldn't really pick up the meds until like, was it Friday? No, 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 no. This is either Wednesday or Thursday. I picked up my prescriptions because I ran out, and the days before I was just kind of like, oh man, what was it? Monday, I think it was. My anxiety and my bipolarism was like literally beating me sideways, and I was like, oh man, I can't do this. And it was Tuesday. No, it wasn't Wednesday because Wednesday was Jerian's appointment, so it had to be Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I worked for like 3 hours, and I just went, no, 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 my ADHD, between my ADHD, my bipolarism, and my just general, like my brain was like, no, 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 too much, too much, too much, too much, not enough from the day crew, and I just didn't feel it. So I was like, look, I gotta go home. I need a mental health day. And they went, okay. You know, they're really good about that. They're really good about trying to take care of their employees when it's an obvious, if we keep them here, if we deny them the chance to go home and take care of himself mentally, there could be an issue. They're really they really watch out for you. Even though sometimes some of the things that they do is just kind of like, You come at the night crew and yell at us for stuff we don't do, but the problem is most of the time the reason why don't we don't get all our stuff done is because the day crew left a shitload, basically a pile of shit. Um, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Oh no, you're fine. Fiona. I want to say your name is Fiona. I hope that's right. Uh, Lisa has had her surgery. That was a week ago. Um, it was really funny because I took off last Wednesday. Basically a week from this past Wednesday, to help. Basically, I stayed home and do puppy watch duty because mom couldn't handle it by herself, and they dropped her off. No, I actually went with. Was the puppy in the car with us? Because I know I went with. I think the puppy was in the car with us. Um, but we dropped her off on a Wednesday. And then we get called early Thursday morning saying, how soon can you come and pick me up? They're releasing me. And I was just like, what? And basically, the doctors were so satisfied with her quick recovery. The thing is, they told her no driving a car for at least 6 weeks. So Lisa's actually doing really good. Let's see. She's probably going to be leaving either right before or right after our cruise. If I don't want to say that word anymore. If is the biggest two-letter word that buggers me. But otherwise, everything's good. Spring football games. Are we talking about American football or European football? Because in Europe, in Europe, they call soccer football. So yeah, not to confuse you, Vox. I'm just curious. Um, Therapy is actually going good. Actually, I'm going to be off therapy for roughly 3 weeks. My therapist is right now. He's going on a backpacking trip, and then right after the backpacking trip, he is going on his own cruise. So yeah, but otherwise, therapy is actually doing pretty good. Um, no, I don't mind sharing. I mean, I got nothing to hide. I'm not hiding anything anymore. I'm basically putting the truth straight out there, and if people don't like it, oh well. If people want to try to manipulate and whatnot, that's on them. They'll get bit in the end. When we're standing at the pearly gates, getting weighed and measured for our deeds and accounts. So, but anyhow, um, let's see here. Then your meds are helping. Yes, actually, my meds are helping. Um, I did not know I was running out. I'll be honest with you. I did not know I was running out until it was like something's wrong, something is unstable, and me and Jerry looked at my meds and went, "Oh yeah, you're missing this and this." And I'm like, "What are they?" And Jerry goes, "Well, one is your um, not antipsychotic, not depression, anti-anxiety medicine, and the bipolar medicine." And I'm like, "Oh, no wonder I'm feeling the way I am." So yeah, I don't plan on running out of my meds again. Um, well, that's all right, Vox. I mean, questions are acceptable around here. My wife and kids fry my brain sometimes. You know what? I don't have kids. I got fur babies, but I understand what you're talking about, James. Because there are sometimes my wife is just like, "Meh, meh, 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 meh," and I'm like, slow your roll. One, I'm not awake yet. Two, my brain is not ready for overload. But I love her. I mean, I love her, and I understand she wants me to know that there are a lot of things that she wants to get done that we talked about, and I just like, okay. Um, okay, go Bills. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nelly. Go Vikings. Yes, I'm a fan of the Minnesota Vikings, not just because of my heritage or whatnot, but something about that team. I mean, I just, I guess maybe it is mostly because of their name. I don't know. I'm not into American sports, so forgive me. Um, in the South account that strong Diane. I'm from due south. Okay, all right. I hate to wish any spring, summer. Okay. Um, didn't Lisa have her hip surgery on April 8th? I do believe so. I'd have to look back at my calendar, but yeah, it was a week ago from this past Wednesday. So if this past Wednesday was the 12th, I think I'm right. Then yeah, she had it on the 8th. Um, I'm hoping it doesn't get postponed because it's not one of those things that we can just ask for our money back and plan for something later on in the year or next year or whatnot. The cruise was a gift from my sister in law in New York. So it's kind of like one of those things. Was like we got to find this stuff or get our birth certificates ASAP. Pay some extra money. I think Jerian did all the research one night and said it would be $100 to expedite new birth certificates. So we got to get on the ball like now type deal. Um, yes, Lisa did already have her surgery. She is able to walk around and whatnot with a cane, but the doctor said no driving for like 6 weeks or something like that. Let's see here. You said you were watching. Okay, there's something else. Let's see here. I took my son fishing this morning. He caught a huge catfish. Ooh, that thing snorted like a pig. Yes, I have never heard a stranger sound coming out of a catfish. I mean, it's like, what the heck? No, we big dog. Okay. Um, hope you got a picture. Actually, James, I hope you got pictures of your kid catching that catfish because here in Missouri, there's a dam. It's called Pomme de Terre. I think it's called Pomme de Terre, and you can get like these like huge. I mean, like mondo catfish, and they are monsters. Yeah, she's actually been doing pretty good because of Oreo. She spends most of her time in her bedroom, um, just so the dog doesn't open up the sutures and whatnot on her right leg. Um, oh, she is on here. Hi, Lisa. I didn't realize you jumped on here. Um, so yeah, Lisa, you can answer your own questions. um, I can appreciate don't you're not liking the word if. Jim, people like us want things set in stone and don't do well with. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Sheila. I like it written in stone. I don't want ifs because it's like ifs can be like good or bad depending on what happens. You know? So it's like one of those. Ah. Okay. If you leave from and return to the same port, you won't need a passport. At least that's how it used to be pre-pandemic. Yeah, they're not asking for a passport; they're asking for a birth certificate, and I'm like, why do you need a birth certificate if you're getting on a ship in America, you're going to an American territory, the Bahamas, and then you're coming back to an American territory? Why do you need your birth certificate to prove what? To prove what you're an American citizen? I don't get it. That's why I'm thinking about calling Janie, my sister-in-law, who does these trips yearly to see what's going on. Um, um, you snuck in here on me, Lisa. Um, but that's all right. But, oh, okay. All right. I just didn't know that. Actually, Sheila, we are going to try to go live this evening. Um, Jerry was thinking about like because I'm kind of concerned that people might get harassment or become harassing. Um, we were going to do it separately, but I am. Sorry, Lisa. I am thinking that we'll just do it like we used to do. You know, I have my camera, she has her camera, and we're filming at the same time on both channels. Which is kind of like one of those. Um, sorry, my nose itches. Um, it's literally one of those things where it's like I don't care if we do it jointly. I really don't. My problem is, and this is one of the reasons why like Lisa being at least Jerry's moderator, because Lisa will tell Jerry to shut up and let me talk. That's my only thing is like when Jerry starts talking, I kind of shut up because it's like one of those like I know once she starts talking, it's like I can't really get a word in edgewise. So it's like it's one of those things. I hope things are getting better with you too. Um, we have our ups and downs still, but we're trying to work on it. She wanted to talk to me last night, and we forgot about it. And then she reminded me that she wanted to talk about something. Um, why she's scared. She told me yesterday that she's scared and she wanted to talk about it, and I was like, okay. And we never really touched base on that. So it's something I want to try to touch base on. Um, I'm not going to try to force her to talk about it online. But what I want is I want us to. I don't want to be both of us with our cameras like next to each other trying to push both of us in the same scene. She can sit on her side of the couch and have her camera viewing her. I can sit on my side of the couch having my camera view me. So it's one of those, I want to do a live together, but I don't want to be like compressed, feeling feeling too congested. I think when you try to do two channels, it's a little confusing. Yes, it can be confusing, and um, it's one of those things. Is I think um, if she decides to do a do her channel then my channel, I'm thinking that um, we can talk about whatever on her channel. Then on my channel we can talk about whatever. But I think the one big reason why she wants to go live together um, is so she can talk about her current health status. Um, so I have to back up because I've been like talking without looking at my um, okay. All right, Lisa. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but oh, um, I can understand if you got plans. So if you can't be online, when we do our live, that's fine. I know you have been a very busy person lately. which I can understand. Uh, let's see here. Well, that's the thing, Sheila. I think what I'm going to try to do is instead of doing it, it looks like I'm frozen. Okay, instead of doing it like jointly like we normally do, I think we're going to do it her way, which is like half an hour on her channel and half an hour on my channel. But I'm not sure about that yet. Um, Sorry, folks. Um, yeah, Susan. I have not been doing YouTube as much as I used to. Oh, this guy next door. He's working on his car. Um, I'm hoping starting tomorrow. Yeah, Sunday tomorrow. I can start getting back to my normal routine. Later on this evening, before I go to bed, I'm gonna try to do pull a couple Bible verses out for tomorrow. Um, I want to be. I don't know why I'm still holding that can. I want to be a little bit more busy and focused on not just myself, but I want to focus on Jerry too. But the thing is, she wants to try to, I don't want to say demand, but she wants more of my time than I feel I can give her right now, especially with all this business about the passports and whatnot. I really wish I can remember where I put them or where we put them, but yeah. Um, that's one of the reasons why I like Lisa so much is she does not, if she's got an objective or a goal, very little is going to keep her from getting there. Her hip, you know, going to visit Texas to see her kids, um, anything like that. Let's see here. I'll come in the living room for tonight and help out Jim, but getting gotta keep Oreo at bay. I have a feeling that when we go to do our live, it's either um, I want to put Oreo down, put her in her kennel for the duration, because I love Oreo, but she is a distraction upon distraction upon distraction, and that's why I don't do lives out in the living room by myself. Um, and I haven't really wanted to do a live with Jerry for a while, so we'll just have to see what happens. Uh, Jerian has been walking to the bathroom without a walker. Um, she only uses a cane to get from the bedroom to the living room. Otherwise, you know, she's she's not using it. In fact, there is not the commode is no longer in the house. The commode is outside, waiting to be dismantled and either taken to Goodwill or thrown in storage. Thing is, she's got two commodes that will be in storage, and I'm not sure what she wants the second one for. Um, Thank you, Sheila. Um, Actually, I'm blunt. That whole thing about her commode was a little unnecessary. Um, Sorry, I'm realizing I need to trim my nails. They're a little long. Um, let's see here. But the way things are here at the house right now, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling through these comments because I'm backed up, seeing if there's anything I want to see touch up on. Um, all right, I'm caught up. Um, oops, sorry. Did Jerry come on? I don't know. Um, did she come on? I don't know. I don't see her name, and I might have blown past it because I was looking for comments. Um, oh my goodness, another baby, James. How many do you have right now? Um, but okay, okay. I couldn't tell. That's why I was like, did she come on? I just didn't see it. Um, right now the dog's down for a nap. Mom's down for a nap. Jerry might have fallen asleep in the living room, which is fine. Um, she gets bored easily and falls asleep, and I'm in here doing my thing, and I'm surprised I haven't gotten a phone call or a text message going, "What are you doing?" Um, but you got two kids, and she wants another one already. I'll be honest with you. I would have been the younger of two if my mom had not miscarried. Um, um, sorry, if my mom hadn't miscarried, my older what would have been, or I would have had an older sister, according to what mom told me one time way back in my younger years. Actually, Fiona, I'm not really going in a certain order. I'm actually I'm pulling out of my old notes some passages that just for some reason click with me. And then I'm down towards the end of those well, this particular notebook. And once I'm done with that particular notebook, get back in there. I will probably. Do I have any in here? No. I will probably start going back over the Bible from Genesis to. Actually, no, not really Genesis, because I don't really read a lot out of the Old Testament anymore. I try to stick with the New Testament, but yeah, I kind of need new notes. That's why I'm thinking that I need to do what I was thinking about doing last weekend, which was going through the Bible from. And I don't know if I want to start in Genesis or start in Matthew. Um, so it's kind of like one of those, because I have in my older Bible, um, I have um, various Bible verses color coded. So I just need to go through there. Um, yes, I did Michelle's favorites. I'm now doing just ones that I've marked from years ago. Um, but I do have a new Holy Bible. Well, it's called the Holy Bible, but it is super thick. It's not just like the Holy Bible as we know it. It is. Oh, JD, my college notes disappeared because of Hurricane Sandy. So, but this one is what they call a parallel Bible. So it has four different Bibles. You know, Genesis to Revelation. On each page, there's four different Bibles. We have the New International Version, the New Living Translation, the New King James Version, and the Message. Now, I had a Bible called the Message, and yep, it's still down here with all my Bible stuff. Um, so it's just like I'm thinking of doing like taking my all my notes and all my basically marked verses and putting it in the parallel Bible and doing parallel readings. So that's what I'm thinking about doing once I'm done with my old notes. In fact, let me see here. Where did I end? Where did I end in this particular book? Oh yes, I ended in First Peter 4:8. So I will probably um, read my note from Thessalonians and First Peter tomorrow, and just talk it out. Um, so I'm sorry, I'm just catching up. Well, I have on my, it's not on my tablet. I'm thinking about putting it on my tablet. It's called my version, and basically what it is, it's a Bible app that you can basically go in there and type in a search for just about any subject, and it will, it will give you the different verses. So that's what I'm thinking about doing with this. Um, Anything in Bible is good. It is a shame Jerry won't enjoy sharing a study time with you. We used to do a study time, and then what would Gateway Bible is like that. Okay. Um, well, I have a bunch of friends from Ozark Christian College that I'm always getting messages from about so and so started reading, this particular like subject or something from my version or my version. So I'm thinking about joining in with them on that, sharing my stuff. Oh, yeah, I remember she went with Aunt Sue to it for a bit too. Actually, Jerry went to help. We've gone. Both of us have gone to help my Aunt Sue numerous times, and then we stopped doing it because what ended up happening would be like, can you guys come down and help me with my computer? And then when we get down there, and she would have a list of things that needed to be done, and I'm like, Aunt Sue, half the stuff on the list can be done by a maintenance person for the building or for the complex. Um, but yeah, we used to go to Aunt Sue's for um, there was all kinds of events that she used to be part of with her old church, but her old church was starting to give her problems, and she switched to a different church, and she we used to go with her for like bingo, or they would have this white elephant deal where what it is they'd have like all these different pre-made gift packages and whatnot, with you go there and you put your name on the list of potential people that will end up getting that item, or they would just see your name on one of the lists and call your name, and you go over there and choose what you wanted. That's how I got. Oh, where'd that fancy pen of mine go? Well, anyhow, it's a pen that was made by the Scouts, the Cub Scouts in the area, and it looks like just a wooden pencil with what looks like the old rifles that had that lift it up and turn it and get a bullet in the chamber. That's what it looked like. And darn it, did I get rid of it, or is it someplace out of sight, out of mind? Must be out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, it was a really good pen, um, and I really loved it. Um, oh, Sheila, that sounds what the Bible says to do. Jim, do you believe in the rapture? Yes, I do. I believe in a lot of things that a lot of Christians, scholars, have debated over like a long time. And I'm like, why couldn't that be possible? I mean, yeah, there are going to be a lot of us left behind to struggle, until the end of the actual final days, where our earth and the Christian belief of heaven unite as one un- entity, utopia basically. But yes, I have read the books left behind. Actually, mom read them first, and then I took them from her and read them. Or I shouldn't say took, but more like borrowed. I think she still has them. Um, you bring your son the junior version. Are we talking about the Left Behind series? They have a junior version of Left Behind. Yeah, there are 13 of. Yeah, I don't remember how many there were, but you got them at a thrift store. That's cool. I know I got several different daily devotional books from a store down in Texas when I first went down there, and it's basically a secondhand store. It's basically somebody wants to get rid of their Bible, or not their Bible, their books or whatnot. They can give it to the secondhand store for a price, something really easy. Um, in fact, I not repurposed, reclaimed or found some of my old Mary Summer Rain books that I lost during the flood, the Hurricane Sandy. Um, um, JD, I forgot where you live. Um, so many people have told me where they live, and I've forgotten. But how long have I been doing this? Ooh, over an hour. Um, Jersey. Yeah, I won't go back to that part of the country. Not saying that I don't like Jersey, but I'm more of a mountain person. So if I lived closer and could afford it, probably would be in the mountains of Pennsylvania. Um, you know, or somewhere in Ohio near my cousin out there. My mom's side of the family out there. Of course, my problem is I got family spread across this country, and where I live is kind of central, but I don't always get the chance to visit them or things like that. Mine is laws on brought a oh your in-laws bought a farm in Tennessee. 40 acres. Wow, that's a lot of acreage. And they got cattle or something, or they just want to make sure nobody builds a house near them. Which, yeah, I've only driven through Tennessee. I've never really stopped. I mean, the closest thing from here to in Tennessee would be like oh crap, I forgot the name of the city. Um, Gosh, it's where all the country and western stars go for their fame and fortune back in the old days. Um, we could be neighbors. I live in PA as well. Um, Not too far from me. It's got a pond. Oh, that's great. You can throw a fish. You can stock that pond with fish and go fishing practically every day. Um, PA is definitely beautiful. I've driven through PA. I've stopped in PA. There was a town, I think it was called Water Gap, Pennsylvania, or is that New Jersey? I can't remember. But Joplin. Oh, he's going to. Is he going to Ozark Christian College? That's my alma mater. That's where I was for a year. Um, but yeah, we because of road construction, we had to go detour up the water gap, and there was a town along the water gap, along the river that that we saw, and this town was like it reminded me of a small town in the mountains of Germany because of the building construction, the tutor and whatnot. And I was just kind of like, let's move here. And Jerry was, oh, this town is a tourist attraction, and during the wintertime, you're practically stuck indoors because of the snow and whatnot. I was like, I don't care. Just it looked beautiful. But yeah, I would have to build in front of the pond, right next to the dock. Fresh fish from my sofa. Fish from your sofa. That's funny. So he's going to. Your friend is going to Ozark. OCC. I wish I had my one. Well, it's too warm in here for my sweatshirt. But I every so often I'll go down to Ozark Christian College to the bookstore to and just see what they have. Maybe pick up a new. Um, well, here, hold on. There you go. Ozark Christian College. Um, I kept in contact with a couple of my professors, especially he still he I think he said he went back to work. Um, but if your friend gets Professor Gary Zustiak, he used to teach OT, and I loved it. Going to be a professor. Oh, he's going to be a professor down there. I wonder what he's doing. What which area? I work in Joplin a lot. I should check out. Yeah, the college bookstore. You can go on there. It's like one of the first big buildings you see once you get on the property. Um, it's got a lot of clothing. It's got books. It's got drinkware. Um, yeah, that is a name. Um, we just called him Zustiak. We never used his full name. We always just called him Professor Zustiak. Or he laughed at me, but I called him. When we were talking one on one, I came up to him and said, "So, Zeus, um, why am I having problems in your class? I mean," and he was like, "Oh, you're not having problems in the class. You're doing the classwork and all that. It's your test scores, and that's what they grade you by." And I went, "Okay, you know, help support the college." He said, "I think." Okay, um, well, oh, shoot, I need to get off this. I've been on here way too long. Don't know if the wife is asleep or awake or what she's doing. She's probably wondering what I'm doing if she didn't fall asleep. But I need to get off here. I need to go look at a couple items and see if I can find this file folder and all that. Pressure gets to you, Jim, during test. Yes, I have test anxiety. I'm not gonna deny it. I think my test anxiety back then had a lot to do with my anxiety, but nowadays, since I haven't had to take a test in a long time, um, I just need to, I don't know, find a place that can test me for something and see how well I do. But yeah, I am eating. This my body is like when my body wants food and starts to grumble. It's like yeah, I need to go eat something. What time is the live that we're gonna do later on today? I'm not sure, but I'm 75% sure it's gonna be sometime in the evening time. I will talk to Jerry and have her, you know, put that out there. Jay Rockefeller, you just entered as I'm about ready to leave because I've been on here for over an hour. But I will see you hopefully later tonight if Jerry and I decide to do a joint live. So I hope you guys have a good week, what's left of the weekend, and I will try to do a Bible chat tomorrow. So you guys take care, enjoy. Maybe I'll see you later on this afternoon. Have a good one.